Hi, I'm here to rank the live action Batman films. Uh, I really love a lot of Batman films. There are some Batman films that I'm not a big fan of, though, unfortunately. And I think it's great to have different opinions. And if you're a fan of the Batman films that I don't care for, I think that's okay. And if you don't like some of the Batman films that I love, I also think that's okay. I think it's really good to care about different opinions and express kindness and stuff like that. So if you have the opposite ranking that I have, I think that's okay. Uh, you can let me know what you think of my ranking and how you would rank the films. In 12th place is The Batman. I could understand uh, if some people don't think The Batman is that bad. For me, it's not just my least favorite Batman film, it's the superhero film that I feel the most upset about. I love the Batman franchise, and aside from the Penguin being somewhat fun, I feel like the Batman doesn't represent what I love about the Batman franchise. It feels like such a serious, boring, un, unpleasant film. It just feels so overly dour. The Riddler is usually such a fun, over the top character, and the Batman makes him a creepy, unpleasant character. Catwoman is super bland, uninteresting, spends a lot of the film complaining for understandable reasons, but still boring to watch. Batman is such an emotionless feeling character, and he just comes across as not super likable or charming or fun to watch. And it feels like a film with very few things to enjoy. The Penguin brings a little bit of the entertainment, but it's still such an boring film. One of the most boring superhero films that I've ever seen. In 11th place is The Dark Knight. I know The Dark Knight is a lot of people's favorite Batman film and even a lot of people's favorite superhero film. And I did love it growing up. It has not aged well for me. I've tried so hard, so many times to enjoy it. I rewatched it a lot of times. It is so boring. Not as boring as the Batman. There are at least some fun action scenes when the characters start talking. The film feels like way too boring. And I think why a lot of people love the film is why I don't love the film. It doesn't feel that much like a superhero film. It feels very much like a serious, somewhat realistic crime thriller, and that's not what I want from Batman. I want a fun Batman movie, and The Dark Knight is not that much fun. The acting is good, but not an enjoyable film. 10, The Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight Rises at times is even more boring, dour, and more of a downer than The Dark Knight. At least The Dark Knight Rises has the most entertaining adaptation of Bane that there's ever been. I do really enjoy him, but the rest of the film is pretty bland, unfortunately. 9, Batman Begins. On a story level, I think Batman Begins is the most interesting, and as somebody that's dealt with a lot of anxiety, I like the storyline about Batman getting past a lot of the things that he's afraid about and becoming braver and stuff like that. But it felt like the beginning of blandness taking over the Batman franchise. It felt like the series was starting to lose its fun, and Batman Begins doesn't feel like a very rewatchable film. It feels like a film where Kent Watanabe's character is barely in the film, but he's the most entertaining character in the film. It feels like it feels like he's bringing the sort of fun that Batman needs, and he's not in the film enough to save it. And Scarecrow has some fun moments, but it feels like he's not allowed to be as over the top and cool as usual. It feels like he barely even has a costume. Uh, Number 8 is Justice League. Justice League hasn't held up as well for me as it used to, um, but it is shorter than Christopher Nolan's Batman films, at least the theatrical cut. So it is more easy to watch. It helps it has more going on too. So it's an easier film to check out, in my opinion. 7, Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Is Batman v Superman a great film? I guess it wouldn't be considered that, but it has so much oddness in it, where it is a very serious film, but there's a lot of ridiculous, over the top stuff, a lot of amazing looking action scenes, and having Batman and Superman in a live action film together with a huge budget, amazing looking action scenes. It is a really fun film, and I like Lex Luthor in the film. I think he's really entertaining and brings some fun to the film, because a lot of modern Batman films are lacking the fun. Number 6, Batman Robin. I know it's a lot of people's least favorite Batman film, but it's way more rewatchable than the films I mentioned before, in my opinion. So much entertainment, a very charming, upbeat, sort of summer blockbuster feeling film that I really like. I think that it has the most entertaining adaptation of Poison Ivy that there's ever been, and one of the better adaptations of Mr. Freeze, and it's a film that has fun in it. It shows that Batman works best when he's fun, and there's heart, and it's a colorful, fun, upbeat film. Batman Robin felt like Batman was still fun, and Batman Begins is bringing in the blandness. It's like, no, keep the blandness away from Batman. 5, Batman Forever. I really enjoyed Batman Forever. I think that Val Kilmer did a really good job as Batman. It's a film that has a lot of heart, and it's a really entertaining film, like Batman Robin. Uh, Very nice film, very easy to rewatch. I really like it. Number 4, The Flash. Easily the best Batman film of the century so far. Just so great to have Michael Keaton back as Batman. And I think that Michael Keaton as Batman, his scenes as Batman in The Flash are way cooler and more memorable than Batman's scenes from the previous films that I brought up. Uh, Even in a film where the Flash is the protagonist, Batman is so much cooler in the Flash than he had been in the live action Batman films that had come out in uh, before a lot of the stuff. Batman is way cooler in the Flash than any of the Christopher Nolan Batman films. Just so much fun, so cool, and it was such a nostalgic treat for me to have Michael Keaton back as Batman. One of the biggest examples of nostalgia really helping me enjoy a film, and The Flash is so amazing. The best film in the DC Extended Universe. Uh, what a wonderful film. I love it. 3, Batman 1989. Basically flawless Batman film. So cool. Tim Burton, easily at least one of the best directors of all time, and his vision for Batman is so incredible. Uh, Great take on Batman, great take on the Joker, and some of the best visuals in superhero film history. Absolutely incredible film. Number 2, Batman Returns. More Tim Burton Batman, but even more of a Tim Burton feel to it. And Batman 1989 has some of the best visuals for superhero films, but I think Batman Returns has the best visuals of any superhero film that there's ever been. Even with more modern technology, I don't think there's any superhero film that has the creativity and the charming imagination and the elegant creativity of Batman Returns. Incredible film. I love that it focuses so much on the villains. Uh, it's such a fun movie. I really do love it a lot. And then number 1, Batman the movie, the 1966 Batman film. And I know plot wise it could seem not as exciting as some of the Batman films that I mentioned previously, but it is so much fun. The could be the most fun superhero film that there's ever been. Adam West was, and I think still remains, the best Batman, especially for live action. I love him so much. I feel like he captured the heart, the entertainment, the charm. He really captured Batman, and I don't think he's been surpassed. I don't think that Cesar Romero has been surpassed as the Joker, Burge Meredith as the Penguin, Frank Gorshin as the Riddler. Uh, some of the most entertaining villain takes. Just such a fun film, so easily rewatchable, so upbeat. And I enjoy how simplistic it is. It's not about setting up 15 shared universes that build up to a multiverse crossover, that build up to spin off shows, that build up to spin off films. It's a simple, fun adventure that can be easily watched without having to see the show. It could be watched during the show, it could be watched after the show. It is so easy to watch, and I love it so much. So that's my ranking, and I doubt anybody's going to agree with my opinions, but you can let me know what you think of my ranking.